President Trump has lashed out at Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, saying that he was harming peace talks with Russia over comments recently made over Russia's occupation of the Crimean Peninsula. Here's what to know. The president, in a Truth Social post, lashed out at Zelensky, saying that he was harming the peace process, saying that Crimea was lost a long time ago and this was a futile discussion. Trump has said that Ukraine and Russia have a short time to accept a peace deal or the U.S. would move on from its role as a peace negotiator, although it is unclear if the U.S. would end its support for Ukraine. Trump is reportedly offering U.S. recognition of Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea as part of a peace plan that was separately delivered to Ukrainian and Russian officials last week. Now, Zelensky has responded on Tuesday, saying that he would never accept this occupation of Crimea by Russia. Shortly after, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told journalists at the White House that President Trump is frustrated with Ukrainian President Zelensky and that the peace negotiations continue with Russia.
He wants to see this war end, and he wants to stop the killing on both sides of this war, and he's been very clear about that for quite some time, and he has grown frustrated with both sides of this war, and he's made that very known.
Caroline Leavitt spoke to the press following the president taking to social media and accusing Zelensky of stalling negotiations with his inflammatory comments. Trump was responding to Zelensky, declaring that Ukraine will not formally cede Crimea to Russia as part of the negotiations to end Russia's invasion to Ukraine. Caroline Leavitt continued the president's attack outside the White House, accusing Zelensky of trying to litigate the war in the press. She also made clear that Ukraine is not being asked to formally cede Crimea. Zelensky, she said, is moving in the wrong direction on the peace talks. Now, Trump's outburst has signaled a potential new low in U.S.-Ukrainian relations, where the president has favored Putin in negotiations by holding off pressure points and offering concessions while increasing pressure on Kiev. We saw this play out in the Oval Office for the first time when President Zelensky visited President Trump, and there was an exchange of words between Vice President Vance and Zelensky. Trump and Zelensky are both expected to see each other at the Pope's funeral on Saturday, where there is a sideline conversation with European leaders as well as with President Trump.